Are we having fun yet? Yes, we are. Welcome to the kingdom. I'm Andy, and welcome to another 3 tips and tricks in Satisfactory Building Edition. Okay, so in this episode, I thought I'd give you a few suggestions that you could use for building factories that I find very useful when I'm building my factories, when you want them to look cool and be able to just function really well. So I have a starter foundation over here. I started off with a foundation, had it as high as it normally is, and then I went up a little bit after that. And I find this is the best way to start. So you go up a little way, so you have a little height, and you do the edge sides, and then you do one in the middle. And this is basically halfway down. So this would be a full step down, and actually I'll just delete this real quick. Full step down, and then you do the 8x2, so the half one, and you do it on top, and then you go out as much as you did before. Oh, one more. With this half thing. And the reason you're doing that is you can now quickly go to the side, and within seconds, you've built your entire floor. I mean, like, so I'm going out that way, then I turn around, and you can go a little bit further than this. I'm like, I am actually, kind of close. But, this is, I'm running out of I'm running out of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to delete a couple of these so that I can do the next portion real quick. So that is the first suggestion. And I mean, look at that. Look at how much I've done so far. And then you delete all this, you fill it in, and you're on tip number 2. Tip number 2 is don't worry about how high you are. Use walls to make it the factory you want. So if you are like me and you start off simply, I always just start off simply. I start off with just walls. And I've seen a couple people, they do foundations all the way to the ground. And it's so much more materials to do that. Just simply put the walls down, and then you have a little bit of space to work underneath. So, and the reason for that is, of course, tip number 3, and that is use both dimensions when planning out your factory. So when you think of your factory, most of the people I've seen when they first start off doing this game, they will make their ground floor. And so they'll be like, okay, I'm going to make my ground floor. So here I am, there's my floor. And we'll just make a floor. And they'll keep going. And yes, that's good, but there's so much you can do by adding the ability to go down a level, or 2 levels for that matter, when building your factory. And actually, to tell you the truth, I'm not going to build something here. I will show you what you can do with the factory. I'm going to go over to my PC plant, which is the one I did it to the extreme. I mean, I went way above, beyond, going up and down in dimensions and that. So I'll see you in just a second. Okay, and here is my PC factory and the beginnings of my power. And the reason I suggest this particular thing for the tips I've had today is I started off going, pipes are really, really cumbersome, and I don't like them going up because I need to put pumps on them, and that uses more electricity. And I want to use as much electricity on building things, not moving fluid around. So I decided, hey, I could put them underneath. And I'm like, well, that's cool. And if you look at my tips for the last time I did construction, this was my suggestion for you guys. But it's more than that. This is the reason why I've said that you can do so much when you put things like down. I put all this so much far down, and it just gives it a dynamic that looks so cool. Having that a little bit farther down, these a little bit farther down, and having the things go down. This is a slightly farther down, which lets me have more of my layers for, you know, tips and tricks I had for an easy factory I have. So I utilize all the stuff I tell you guys, and it helps me a lot being able to have that ability to go down, because sometimes going down is a lot easier than going up. So let's quickly put my jetpack on. And so, like, in the end of there, I needed to get some fuel and make fuel. So I made this fuel depot. This is part of my what if series. I just wanted to see, can I make a stupid way of moving something from point A to point B? Really dumb. I wanted to have it be the most, no, I can't remember what the series is called, but it doesn't really matter. I wanted something silly. So I'm moving them with, with the little cars. Yeah, there's one right there. Those are automatically coming over and picking things up and dropping them off. It's hilarious. But I had to make fuel in the beginning, and before I did that, I have it like down, and being able to go down and do that just makes things so much higher. And now I have a second floor for, you know, slightly up, and then on top of that I have a train system. So being able to go down, be able to do a few things down, gives you the ability to go up, and you have to do other things. And like I said before, these three things that I've told you right now are just suggestions. You don't have to do them, but I do think they make your life easier if you follow. So thanks for watching. Don't hesitate to hit that like button if you like what you saw. But if you love what you saw, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next episode. And until next time, thanks you guys for watching.